Communication with that plane has been sparse as of last year. According to Torchwick, the flow of dust from them to us has almost run dry.
Maybe they're having trouble with the Grimm, too.
That doesn't matter. We need to reestablish trade with them and get them communicating with us again.
It might be hard. Didn't the last guy they sent through, die?
Eesh. Well, between our stellar good looks and your charming, queenly nature, it should be easy, right?
Keep in mind, on the return trip you will appear outside the Curia.
You can control where a person lines up?
Our plane doesn't approve of non-royalty or those outside the Curia gazing upon the portals. With a few exceptions, of course, for those closest to the Queen. Controlling where one exits also prevents potential enemies from coming through the portal directly into the heart of the Curia.
I see.
We'll set up a greeting party for you outside, don't worry. You won't be zapped away to the furthest reaches of the plane.
Well, probably. He's on his way back. 1 tug means all is fine. 2 means he needs more time. 3 is for an emergency.
It's done. The connection has been made. Now we can travel safely.
Can I take this off? I think he got the worst of it.
They usually do. That's just part of the sacrifice. He's being well compensated for it. Trust me. Are you ready to go through the portal, Rose? Good. I must stay on this side to watch over the gateway, at least for your first visit.
And my connection to Crescent Rose still leaves me too vulnerable to travel through the portals at this time. If anything were to go wrong with the portals, we'd be better suited here.
Wait, what do you mean, go wrong?
Well, let's just say I need to wait for the Rose Monarch to establish contact before further work can be done. Mitchglass is a trusted ally. You will be treated as an honored guest, and no danger will befall you. I trust you'll be able to cope without me?
I hope so. I mean, yes!
One more thing. The people of Mitchglass are a little brusque.
Meaning, subtlety and tact are lost on them.
Put more kindly, they tend to be very straightforward. Be brutally honest, and you'll do fine.
that thing?
Come on, it wasn't that bad. A little weird, maybe.
A little? Ugh, I'm gonna be sick.
At least we made it through in one piece.
Thanks, Ruby. I needed the reminder that many pieces was an option.
This is awful.
Yeah, Beacon's a little chilly compared to the desert, but this place is butt-bustingly cold.
Wow. Yang! Look over there!
Not bad. It's not really the same as fighting a Grimm, but she's definitely better than the drunks Torchwick's got.
Yeah, but that's a pretty low bar. Admit it, you're impressed.
Your Majesty, I understand you are here to see the Duke.
Yes, the Duke. Yup, exactly where we need to go.
If you and your companion will wait here a moment longer, I'll take you to him.
Of course.
So, who is this Duke, anyway?
Duke Guntram is the leader of Mishklas. Has been since my mother was the queen.
You ever meet him?
I don't think so. There were a few knights who came through the portal, but none stayed very long. They always looked uncomfortable in Vale. Like the city put them on edge.
Your Majesty, if I may.
Right.
Announcing Her Majesty Rubil! Her Majesty Ruby II of the Rose Dynasty, Queen of the Kingdom of Vital and surrounding territories, Inheritor of the Rose Throne, Defender of Vale.
Her Royal Highness King the 23rd of the Xiaolong Confederacy, most revered Archduchess of the Western Expanse, Queen's Champion, and all-around badass.
Her Royal Highness Yang the 23rd of Xiaolong Confederacy, most revered Archduchess of the Western Expanse, Queen's Champion, and all-round badass.
Seriously?
I knew he had to say it.
It is not every day that I invite foreign royalty into my hall. It's even less common since the portal's closed. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Your Grace? It has been too long. I can't remember the last time our courts had the chance to meet.
A little under 10 years. The portal's closing made communication difficult. I had heard of your coronation, but I'll admit I was not expecting the new monarch to visit this quickly.
If we had more time, I would have sent word ahead. As it is...
I know. We've had reports of the grim attacks on your borders. So, Let us deal with the matter at hand. You are not here to mince words. You are here for soldiers. You're here to ask me to send my people to die so that yours may live. Let's not pretend this is anything else.
I want you to honor the treaty our ancestors signed. I want you to send your knights to fight next to mine. Right now, my people are the only thing standing between the rest of the plains and the horde of Grimm who'd be all too happy to explore new land. If we fall, the Grimm won't stop with Vital. Your plane is basically right next door. How long do you think before they come here? A month? A year? I want you to help so both our nations can survive this. We're going to lose people. But if Mish-class warriors and engineers are as good as I've heard, having you on our side will mean that we lose a lot less.
I'll admit, I did not expect such fire or pragmatism from a child queen.
I am more than old enough to sit on the throne, Your Grace. And if I weren't, the burden of the crown would have crushed me before I had the chance to reopen the portals.
Indeed, it would have. I am not the kind of man to break my word, Ruby Rose. You will have your reinforcements, and a representative on your court as well. Unfortunately, the exact terms of our alliance may have to wait. There is a judicial matter that demands my attention.
Can I ask what crime is more important than visiting a monarch?
High treason, actually. One of my knights betrayed their sacred oaths and is about to be punished accordingly.
I see. Would it be alright if we watched? I'm sure our histories are a bit dated regarding Mish-class legal rights.
I doubt it. Little changes in Mish-class. Come, we'll have 2 monarchs deliver judgment against this traitor. If we're lucky, maybe we'll get some entertainment out of the ordeal.
What do you think he means by entertainment?
Nothing good. Come on, we're not gonna find anything out just waiting around here.
I'll be right beside you.
Whatever this knight did, they pissed a lot of people off.
All rise for His Grace Guntram of Feldberg and Her Majesty Ruby Rose of Vital.
Proceed.
With respect, Your Grace. Lancelin Schiffer has...
The correct address for a knight is Sir.
Sir Schnee, this trial is based around the fact that this shepherd is no knight.
Isn't it a bit early to call it a fact when your duke hasn't even passed judgment yet?
Exactly. And until Sir Lancelin is sentenced, you will address my knight by the proper title. Or should I take it as an insult against my own honor? I also find it most interesting that you chose to expedite the trial without informing me. I believe the trial date was supposed to be next week, no?
Sir, Lancelin stands accused of falsifying a noble lineage, that they, a commoner, had notions above their station and tried to falsely claim the honor of a true-born knight. This commoner deceived the knight commander, their comrades, and your grace. For that alone, any of our knights would be stripped of their title. As it is...
You have made your point, Magistrate. Be seated. Do you have anything to say in your defense, Lancelin?
No, Your Grace. Only that I did what I had to do, so I could serve my plane.
Sir Schnee.
Sir Lancelin is as good as any I've trained, and loyal to a fault. They deserve a knighthood as much as the rest of my troops.
If only that were true.
Why does it matter that Lancelin... Sir Lancelin... why does the title matter?
Only nobility are allowed to earn knighthood.
Why? If someone's a good fighter, wouldn't it be better to have them protecting you?
The noble families are sworn to me for a reason. They've proven their worth time and time again. More importantly, they know that if any member of their house betrays the crown, the entire family will be exiled and their rank given to someone more worthy. It tends to keep them in line.
That does sound effective.
As a commoner, this person has no reason to be trusted, especially after what they've done. Lancelin Schaefer, you deceived your fellow knights in this court to achieve your own desires. Your actions broke the trust placed in you, your peers, and your commanding officer. That alone makes you a disgrace to the knights who have gone before you. Yours is an honorable ambition. I'd even call it a valorous one. But it is not your place to wish for such an honor. Therefore, I hereby banish you from this court to die in the frozen wastes beyond our borders.
What?
Your Grace!
Silence! I am not without reason. Lancelin, you will be taken to the Hall of Judgment. There you would face one of our guardians of old in trial by combat. In the unlikely event that you win, I will give you your shield. Lose, and whatever is left of your mangled body will be exiled. You wanted to be a knight. This is your one chance.
I invoke my right as Lancelin's commander.
No, Commander!
Hold your tongue. Your Grace, Sir Lancelin's crime happened under my command. I am responsible for my knights, and I will fight in their stead.
Sir Schnee, I hope you know if you lose, you both will share the same fate.
I do.
I suppose it is your choice to make. Take them.
Sir Schnee doesn't look afraid at all.
Right? Look, Sir Lancelin over there's more scared than Sir Sneezes.
It's Schnee, Yang.
Oh? Geez, sorry about that. These names are a little hard to say.
Wait! Sir Schnee! Don't die.
We don't usually wish criminals luck here in Mitchglass, Your Majesty.
Ruby?
Yes?
You looked weird. You okay?
Yes. I'm fine.
If you say so. They kind of look like the wizards back home, don't they?
You think so too, huh? Oh, wow. So the magic on Mitchglass is language-based too?
Correct, Your Majesty. Unlike Vale's language, our mystical tongue is far more of a challenge to learn.
In what way?
You'll see in a moment.
Though the penalty is issued is death, you have chosen trial by combat in lieu of requesting a formal stay of execution. Is this correct, Knight Commander?
Yes.
Should you fail, both yourself and Lancelin must forfeit your lives. Is this understood? Excuse me.
Sir Lancelin! Insult one of my knights again only if you wish to join me in the arena.
Begin.
But where's her opponent? The handle of that sword is bigger than she is.
This is what they mean by trial by combat? How's he even gonna move?
At that size, an entire suit of armor would have to weigh hundreds, if not thousands of pounds.
The knight shall carry out its task without fault. Of that there is no question.
I don't understand. So another knight fights Ser Shni for the kingdom while she's defending the life of a different knight from the kingdom?
No.
There's no one in the suit.
What?
It's magic. It's a giant empty suit of armor, powered by the singer's magic.
So it's her versus... what? Your entire falsetto goon squad?
Yang.
Sir Shni knew full well what risks awaited her.
That did not look pretty.
At least she landed on her feet?
Is that the best you can do? I've met novices with better form.
Nice! Oh my! Duck! Huh?
You've nothing to worry over, Your Majesty. We are well protected.
They're deadlocked if this keeps up. Something's gotta give. Do you think she...
Another round. I still draw breath. This fight is not over.
Enough of this farce, Shni. You forget your place. Is it any wonder those under your command spit in the face of our laws and tradition?
I remember my place well. It is that of a knight of Mishglas, and as such I stand by my decision. I swore an oath to treat those who serve me with honor and dignity. Any punishment that would be delivered unto them should be given to me instead. So kill me. I offer my life in place of my knight.
By all rights, Lancelin should not be a knight.
If Lancelin isn't a knight, then why were they set to receive a knight's punishment?
That is of no concern to you. However, Since Sir Schnee is so adamant about receiving Lancelin's punishment, then I shall indulge her. You, sir, have lost the duel. As such, with all the authority of my office, I banish Weiss Schnee and Lancelin Schaffer from the kingdom. Consider this a mercy, my debt to your father repaid. Guards, escort these casteless out beyond our lands. I allow you to keep whatever you can carry on your back, Schnee.
Your Grace! Your Grace, I believe that I have a solution for your problem. It also resolves the matter that caused me to come to your plane in the first place.
And what is this solution you propose, your majesty?
Since Sir Schnee is to be exiled from Mishklas, I would request that she join me in Vale as a member of my court. She would not be here to cause further trouble for you, and in doing so, you would honor our ancient agreement to have a Mishklas noble on my court.
You... what? No, her punishment has been decided. It must be carried out.
Your Grace, my punishment is exile. Does it matter where I go so long as I am gone?
Yeah, so she should come with me. I think it's really noble of you to defend your knight like that. I would be honored to have you join my court and represent Mishklas.
Are you sure, Ruby? She seems a little stubborn.
You're worried about someone being stubborn?
Fair point.
She's protecting someone she cares about, Yang. That's the kind of person I want on our side!
I thank you for your trust. If my Duke consents, then I will join you.
Are you certain that you want her, your majesty? There are people who are equal in prowess and less recalcitrant.
I don't know what that word means, but I'm certain I'd like Weiss. And Lancelin, too.
Please, Commander, take us along as well.
You fools! Think of your families! What purpose would going into exile serve?
They know we are sworn to you with more than words. They will understand. You need people you can trust at your back. Who better than us?
Just get out of my sight.
Do you need to make any preparations? Say goodbye?
We have already taken care of that, Commander.
Already? You assumed I was going to fall, Dristan.
You do tend to take on, tasks with very slim chances of success, Commander.
You...
Never mind that, Commander. You can only carry what's on your back, but we'll gather the things from your quarters and meet you there. And admit it, you'd miss us, wouldn't you?
Don't think we're finished discussing this.
As you say, Commander.
Ruby? Where are they gonna stay?
There's some empty barracks and stables. I figure we'll house them there for now, and build more if we need to. Sir Schnee can stay at the castle, since she is the formal representative.
Already thinking ahead? Your Majesty.
And what shall I tell your father when he returns from the expedition to the mines?
That I've made his decision for him, and my sister is the sole remaining heir.
Commander.
Don't start. I know you'd have done the same for me.
Your Majesty, I must at least give you my thanks.
We couldn't just let them kill you, Sir Lancelin. I'd have nightmares.
As Sir Schnee is bound to you in service, so am I. I am an exile of Mageglass, but trained as a mage knight, and I will be honored to be your knight, if you would have me.
Of course. I'd love that.
We're going to boil in here if we're not careful.
Well, these people seem to manage, even with such primitive engineering. They must be exceptionally hardy.
Don't press any of the locals into being your guinea pigs, Agravain.
But what if I ask them really nicely?
Stop. We're not going to get ourselves exiled from 2 kingdoms in one day. Ooh, Sir Saphir, is that a challenge? However, will we manage to resist?
Let's get settled in first, and we can handle any issues as they come.
Yes, Commander.
A success, then. The Duke sends his knights?
Yep.
Sort of. I'll explain it later. For now... For now, our new guests will need somewhere to stay. Also, Vale is much hotter than Mishglass. We'll need to find the more appropriate gear before someone gets heat stroke.
Of course. We can make space for them in the barracks. They're not the most luxurious of quarters, but I hope they will be acceptable.
Wait! What about Sir Schnee?
And you are?
I am Sir Weiss Schnee, Knight Commander of the Knights Offalend. At your queen's request, I am to join the council as the representative of Mishglass.
We do have a few rooms available in the castle. Would you like to take one for yourself, or would you prefer to stay with your people?
You should stay in the castle with us. As, you know, a protector. There's an empty room right down the hall from mine.
I am flattered by your regard, Queen Ruby. But I should stay with my knights. The barracks will be perfectly sufficient.
Hello, Lady Goodwitch. How are things?
The Mitchglass Knights are being well accommodated. Their steeds as well.
The only empty stables are the one we're keeping the dragons in.
We know. But the desert girl told me the beasts aren't interested in live prey.
Scavengers, aren't they?
They like their meat drained dry by the sun and sands. Thankfully, knights breed and train their horses against skittishness. So the animals are getting along fine.
It's the humans who concern me.
Are they causing any trouble?
They've been nothing but polite. But taking in an exile doesn't exactly ingratiate us to our Mishglass allies, Rose.
We were doing them a favor by taking someone they didn't want. This way, by their reckoning, they owe us.
That almost makes sense. In a very Mishglass fashion.
I didn't really mean for it to be this calculated. I just followed my gut. And Sir Schnee is someone I want close by. There's something special about her.
Exactly how close by do you want her?
I think you might be confused. So, why did you call me here? Just to gossip about my first court member?
No. Your lessons continue tonight. we must begin learning how to wield the power of Crescent Rose.
So, how do we start?
Today we are focusing on your semblance. After attuning to the throne, its power has been doubled. But how long can you maintain that power?
I'm not sure. I've never tested that.
Try now.
How are you feeling?
How long do I keep this up?
As long as you can! This hardly counts as a field test, but at the very least, now we know you don't need to be on the chair itself to access the power. Now, how about maintaining control over it? How concentrated can the winds be?
Are you training me or doing experiments on me?
Both. I'm trying to discover the limitations of your power.
So we're messing around until we figure out what I can and can't do?
Yes. Now I want you to try lifting something.
Hey, Glinda. Step back for a bit.
What are you going to do?
Something stupid. Probably.
Strong enough to lift someone in full armor, then.
So, now what?
Let's tone down the excitement for a moment. Force and power come easily to you. Now we'll test self-control. Move it as far as you can without lifting it from the floor or knocking it aside.
What? That's stupid.
I didn't ask for your opinion, Rose.
I'm just gonna knock it over.
Try not to.
See? What was the point of that anyway?
What was the point of jumping off your throne like a lunatic? We're seeing what you can do. Wielding Crescent Rose takes self-control. These tests are nothing more than using it to amplify your own power. The real test comes later. Tapping into the energies of the land, of Crescent Rose itself, and then allowing it to use you.
Sounds fun.
Your parents did this before you, and my predecessor guided them as I guide you. It's what will keep us safe, Rose. Speaking of which, where's your glaive?
I left Little Thorn in my room.
Go fetch it.
Wish we had this 7 years ago.
We have been fighting back, learning. We won't make the same mistakes.